Hello, I would like to show you a demo of Tap to Speak. Before we go into how Tap to Speak works, let me quickly show you some of the principles behind it and some of the elements of what Tap to Speak is. To do that, I'm going to use our live website of taptospeak.com. If you would like to follow, you can just open up a browser, or later you can go on your own. The way I'll do is first I will scroll down to where it says how it works. We have a simple infographic showing us the elements of Tap to Speak. Number one is a speaker or an MC, person who leads a conference. We call him John. John is on the stage and he's speaking to a regular microphone, so the audience down here is able to hear John through the regular microphone sound system. John also can have a remote device, which is either a phone, or it also could be his laptop or a tablet, where from the stage he can control everything that has to do with tap to speak and audience engagement. If John, as the speaker or an MC, is not comfortable doing that in real time from the stage, he can solicit help from his administrator or his assistant, Brienne. We call this person Brienne right here. She has also full control to what's going on in this event. She can do it through a laptop, sitting, on the side or in the back of the event, or even she can be back in the office. She does not have to be present at the event. The laptop can be connected to the soundboard, which is represented by this little icon of the speaker, as well as the laptop can be connected to a projection unit. That projector is displaying the event information to that audience. And then obviously, finally, the most important is the audience that has cell phones that they can use to connect to Tap to Speak. The way they connect is via a simple URL. Each Tap to Speak event has unique URL, which is 4 unique characters, and that URL can be either displayed on the projection screen or can be somehow sent to the audience. We have several different features and ways how easiest is for the audience to connect, including we can text in that link to them through certain mechanics. All right, so that's the quick overview of what the elements are of Tap to Speak. Next, quickly show you very quickly what problems Tap to Speak solves. So number one is low audience engagement. People can use their smartphones as microphones. The other thing is people fear public speaking. So in addition to the cell phones as microphones, we allow them to send text, send question in as a text communication. So everyone is texting. So we have some clients who use Tap to Speak, and they reported 300% increase of audience engagement because they offered to the audience to send in the questions via in-app texting. Okay, so this is a picture of how that may look like. Another problem we solve is some events do not have a real-time way of creating a feedback, meaning surveys, polling, contests, and so forth. So Tap to Speak allows you to have surveys, polling, and even run some contests. Okay. There's also element of data collection and lead generation, where when people log in and sign in to your event, you're able to enable what elements of data do we collect from the audience. You can say, give me your name, email address, company, phone number, or you can hide those fields and you can just simply ask for name, or you can make it an anonymous tool for them. Then you can export that to your CRM and use it for follow-up. We also allow you for the audience to connect via social media, which is super easy for them to do. Again, everything is very simple and very clean, simple, intuitive. That's how we designed it. All right, so let me quickly show you and step into the actual hands-on demo. Everyone has a client of Tap to Speak needs to get an account. So because I am already logged in, I am going to use this logged in account. So that's why I see a dashboard here. Otherwise, I will see just like a login or sign in link. So when you log into Tap to Speak with your account, you will be able to see a list of your events. Currently, we have one event called Apple iOS Demo Event. To create an event, all we have to do is just hit this little button here, add an event, and we'll call it the car demo event. And here, the person is able to specify the date when the event happens, so we'll just keep it right now. If there's a Wi-Fi information, you can enter it right here. So for example, if it's in some kind of a convention hall, so we'll just call it convention guest, and then the password. If there's a password, you can put it. If there is no password, they don't have to. So let's just call it just very simple. You can password protect the event so that people need to enter the password before they enter the event, or else leave it open without the password. For social media, you can also specify a hashtag. Hashtag is super nice for sharing, and it really exposes the event on social media. Since this is a car demo, we'll just call it car demo hashtag, and then we're ready. Just hit add event. This is so fast. It really takes that quick to create an event, and now we're ready to make it live. So if you notice, it took you right away to the event detail screen. This is the car demo event, but just to show you where we were before. So you go to the main menu, go to the event section, and now we have two events. The one that you saw before, and now the one we just created. To go back, just go here, and from here you control everything about the event. To start an event, click Start Event button. The event is started at this point. What that means is, it means that the people who are connecting to the event are able to actually see it on their mobile devices. All right, so when you create an event, each event will get a unique URL. The URL will appear in this area right here on top, TTSSI /68KU. So that is the link that people will use to enter the event. The second thing you need to do is to click on Open Event Screen. This is very important because this is your audio connection. If you want to enable audio to the audience from their cell phones, you need to connect a laptop or a tablet to a soundboard. So this is your physical audio connection. So when you run a laptop, make sure that the laptop that runs this browser, you connect with a simple audio cable to the soundboard. The soundboard people will know how to do it, but it's super easy. It's just a simple 3.25 or 3.5, whatever that millimeter jack audio out from the headphones on your laptop, and then the soundboard, it's either RCA cable or XLR, depends what kind of soundboard do you have. Just hit OK. And so the next thing what you'll see is instructions how to connect for the audience to this event. So this browser too can be displayed on the projection screen, and I'll show you just a moment. But this screen is just a quick instructions how to join the event, and we tell people to join the local Wi-Fi network, which is the Wi-Fi name, Wi-Fi password, they can scan this QR code, or they can open the browser on their mobile phones and go to this link. This link will get them directly into this event. And there's also another way to do it is through texting. They can text in the code, and then the text will return to them the link to do so. That's a little bit advanced, but it's also available. This page, you'll notice, will disappear in 3 seconds. It's a little counter, but you can set it up how often and how frequently and how long that page stays. Okay, so now you see the event screen. So this event screen you can maximize, and then this becomes your basically projected screen onto the event. It's a little cut off here just because my video frame that I record is a little bit off, but in real life this will not be the case. Everything should be beautiful and full screen. Okay, so let me go back to original size here so you can see what I'm doing. You can tweak this page. Right now, there's no information about who the speaker of the event is. So if there's a moderator, you can go back to your dashboard. You go to your settings on the top right corner, and then you can scroll down to where we show leading conference photo and name. So for example, if somebody who's leading this is maybe, you know, the John Smith person, you can also add the picture of Mr. John Smith so that we know how Mr. John Smith looks like. And then I'll just use some kind of picture here, maybe of me for now. And then when you're ready, you just save this setting, and then you can go back to your event screen. Again, I'll maximize it so you can show you how it looks like. But when the person who is leading the event, you can show his picture, his name, and so forth. All right. You'll notice how the internet Wi-Fi name right here that you entered and the password will gently display here. Okay, for people to connect to this Wi-Fi. Okay, and here on this place right here, it shows you the link. So if you'd like to ask a question using mobile phone, just go to this link. Okay, so now let me show you how that would look like on the people's mobile phones. And I have my mobile phone connected here, and I'll show you a couple of ways. So if you're using Android, then you can go just directly to a browser. And so this is how people would go to a browser on your mobile phone, and then just enter the URL that the speaker gets. So in this case it's TTS.si/68KU 68KU, and you go hit go. And then what you'll see is this is where people enter their name and information about them. All right, so here I'll say my name is Marek, last name Wawrzyniak. That is my real name, and the organization I am from is, say, Acme Inc. And then at this point I can also add a picture of myself. So I'm gonna just go and browse my photo library, and then you just hit tap to log in. When you hit tap to log in, then people will be able to see right away the tap to speak mobile application and what they can do during the event. Since the event is currently just under control of the speaker, the person who's leading the event is speaking, we don't want the audience to do pretty much anything. And that is so. So on this app, they can do absolutely nothing, okay, yet. So in order for you to enable their communications, there's some things you gotta do on your dashboard, okay. So we'll start with the audio part. If you want to allow asking audio questions, then you click this button right here, allow audio questions. And so what that will give you, it will give you a way for them to connect with audio. If you want them to send in comments via texting, you go to the comments tab and you turn on comments. And then what you'll see on the left side on my phone, automatically this comments tab was enabled. So then when the audience sees that, I can go there on my phone and when I can start typing. So this is my question via texting. Okay, so you can see exactly how this is behaving for the person on the um, texting. All right, if I know how to spell on the mobile phone. So when it's ready, I'll just send the text comment in. Okay, then what you'll see is on the right side, you'll notice how this comment that I just sent appears right here. Okay, this is because we set this up for manual moderation. So if you like this comment, you can approve it, and when you approve it, that comment will show on this screen right here. Okay, so right now it says we have no comments, but as soon as I approve this comment, because it's manual moderation, if I go here, then the comment shows from this person. Okay, so when this is maximized, it looks really nice because then those comments can appear, as well as you can use those comments for collecting questions. And so how this works in real life, let me quickly show you a picture that happened in a real event a couple of weeks ago. It was where the they had a Q&A session, and the Q&A session was one was from an individual person, and then the second session was from a panel. So hopefully you can see here on my screen. So here's a panel that is sitting on the stage, and you have a moderator, and then behind you is a big screen that was driven by tap to speak. And so the moderator was Dr. Randy Carlson, and he had his cell phone, and on his cell phone he was able to see the questions that people are posing. And then when he picked the question, he just looked at it and say, hey, for example, Paul has this question, and when he answered that or posed that question, then we show that question on the projection screen. Then he would pose that question to one of the panelists. They would answer it. While they were answering, he was queuing up another question already. And so they had a phenomenal response time from this event. They generated a lot of questions that they had no time to answer all of them, but that's what made this event super interesting and happen. All right, so that's kind of like I show you how this screen would look in the real time. That's where it shows the questions or comments. You also can have auto accept on, and so when auto accept on is enabled, then when somebody is showing or sending another comment, right? So I'm gonna go here and just send another question. So this is live question without moderation, and then when you hit send, what you notice that right away this question gets displayed on the projected screen. Okay. All right, so that is the comments, and what I will do next is show you the surveys. So to enable the survey, first you have to create a survey. Okay, so we have created one survey in the past, so I'm just gonna keep it here. But to add a new survey, you can either add it from here, add a new survey, or you can go to the survey repository. So this is could be a list of all the surveys that this person created, right? So create a quick survey, you just add a new survey, and then you can just say this is a new survey test 2, and then say question of the survey first. So this is my first question, how was it? And then for the survey you give them, let's say three answers. You're like, hey, it was great, which is obviously pick from, or it was okay, or maybe the last one just say could be better, could be better. You can obviously create more response options, and then if you're ready for the next question, you go to this one down here. So this is a second question. How was it? Okay, and then same here, fantastic. It says so, and then right here, just maybe just meh. Okay, and then again, here you can keep going, adding different answers. Matter of fact, let me just have another one. Or you can keep adding more questions to the survey. If you're done, you just hit save. Now you have two surveys. Okay, so now to go back to your event, you can go back to your event listing and then go to your car demo event. That's our car demo. And to enable survey, you go to your survey. Okay, when I add a survey, all I have to do is just hit enable which survey I want to choose. So right now we have two surveys to choose from. This is the one we just created, and then you just hit this one, start voting, and then what you notice on the left side, the survey tab was enabled. I apologize. There we go. Here's my phone again. The survey tab got enabled, so then the audience can go here, and here is the information about that event. So how was the speaker, how was the venue, and then how was the lunch, and when you send it, then the information was sent to the people of the event. If you're done voting, you just stop the survey, and then what happened is you notice that, sorry again, on my phone, on my phone the tab disappeared because we disabled the survey. Okay, so same thing with voting. If you want to do the voting, you go to the voting tab, and the same thing with the voting. So right now we have one polling or voting that's available. If you add more, you can either go to main menu voting, or you can simply go down here and say voting, and then what kind of survey do you want? What car do you like? You know, what is your favorite car? Favorite car, and then here let's say Mustang, and then another one is Beamer, uh, another one is maybe VW. Okay, or let's just get another one for the fair game, Chevy. So I'm gonna save this polling as my options. You notice I can make it anonymous or not anonymous. Okay, if you make it not anonymous, then this feature you can use for different contests. If it is anonymous, just leave it that way and it will be anonymous. Okay, so now going back to our events, our car demo event, and I go to my voting tab and just want to show you my screen again, make sure you can see my phone. So I'm going to add this new survey, what's your favorite car? I'm going to add this here. So what happens is they're available to my event, and now I want to start this survey. Not survey, but polling. I'm sorry. Start the polling. As soon as I see start the polling, my tab down here on my phone enabled, and then you'll see what's your favorite car, right? Obviously, I would go with a Mustang, and then I'll send my result survey, and now I have the result survey. So now on here, if you want to see how people are voting, you just click on this button right here, and you'll see how many people voted for which option. Since it's a brand new survey, only Mustang has one. Okay, so let me show you something else, because it will kind of show us nicer the results. I just hit this. So what I'll do is I will simulate another connection to this event from an audience. Okay, to do that, I am not going to use a phone. I'm just going to use pretend phone, which is just a browser. Okay, so I am going to copy this link location, and then I'll go here. And so you'll see that at this moment I have, I have the same event, car demo event, and then let me change my name. So let's say my name is Carissa Smith, and then the company is maybe IWW, and I will add a photo of Carissa, which actually is here, and I'll say tap to log in. And then because the voting is still enabled, so Carissa will be able to see two things. She will see the audio line, actually three things: the audio, the comments, because comments are also enabled, and the voting. Okay, so if I want to vote, let's go to voting, and maybe, and I know for sure Carissa likes VWs because Carissa is my daughter, and then she votes for a VW. Then you, on this side as a dashboard administrator, you can actually see the results. And now you should see two results, two feedback, one a Mustang, one VW. Okay. So now what you could do as a speaker during your session, you can actually show these results to the public. Now you notice that this connection screen came on. That is because we have it set on to show every probably 10 minutes. You can change that. So the owner of the event can change that as much as they want to or as little as they want to. Let's close that. And so what I want to do here is, so I want to show the voting results on the screen. Okay, so I go here and I'll then just put, yeah, show me voting results, show these people right here, display chart yes. Then you'll see the chart displayed on the projection screen, and the speaker can make a point about, hey, all of you in audience voted about your favorite car, and here's the points, right? Obviously, the more sophisticated and useful polling, the better the event and the nicer information people can gather and present. All right, I just hit that. So I hit the chart and we're back to the regular screen. Okay, so just for comparison, let me show you the comments again, and we'll do manual accept comments again. So there's no longer automatic accepting of comments. This is manually moderation because I want to show you. So this is Carissa. So Carissa will have a question about her VW, of course, VW bus. Can you make it? Okay, she's crazy about VW buses. Then she sends this comment. Then you, as the moderator, you see, oh, there's a new comment or a question from the audience. Okay, because you, as a moderator, during the whole session, you have access to this particular screen. Okay, if you remember this picture right here, so this moderator, Dr. Randy Carlson, he had this screen displayed on his phone, and then he was able to pick and choose the comments. So now watch this. I'm going to show you the event screen again. We have those two questions from the past, and now we have a third question from Carissa. Then, oh yes, the speaker can make a point. You enable this question, approve it, and then what's going to happen here is this question will appear on here in just a moment, because as soon as this refreshes, the new questions get shown. Okay, you can also show all the accepted comments. Okay, so there's some comments here in the past. You can hide them. Okay, so let's go back to our screen here. Oh, in the meantime, Carissa's question came up about VW bus, and then the oldest question disappeared. So this particular meeting is set to show two maximum questions, but you can change that. You can change that in the settings of the event of how many questions would you like to show on the screen. And it's under advanced options, show advanced options. you can then show as many questions, I think as much as 10, but let's just take 5. So I'm going to do 5 and I'm going to save this. And then so when new questions will come, you can show up to 5 questions right now on the screen. And so any new questions come. So let's say Carissa has another question about maybe how about VW bus. Okay, she posed that question, and let's moderate it and accept that question. Okay, so here's another cool feature. The administrator, you can toggle that shows you questions that have been approved, which is these show accepted questions. And if you toggle it, you only see questions that are awaiting to be accepted. Okay, so this is awaiting to be accepted, and I'll say, yep, I just accept that question. Then what you notice here, the third question pops underneath. It says, how about the VW bus? Okay, so super handy feature. So yeah, voting is still going, and you can see that Carissa's voting tab is still active. Okay, however, if I stop voting, then you'll notice her tab disappears. Okay, so likewise, if we are ready for the survey, let me show you the evaluation survey again. You just say yes, yes, there, bam, it shows again. So how was the speaker? How was the venue? You know, and the food was awesome. Okay, so she just voted. Likewise here, you can actually see the results of the survey. Okay, and so here we have everyone responding to these questions. Okay. The survey results are primarily for your particular needs, so we don't enable them to show to the public. There's really no need to, at least in our experience. If you want to show anything to the public, then instead of survey, prepare a voting question for them. Okay. All right. So the last section I want to show you is how do you use the microphone line. Okay, that's probably the most exciting section, exciting feature. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn on allow audio questions, and all right, so the questions are enabled to ask. And then the speaker, excuse me, the event screen still shows the speaker as John Smith, who is leading the conference. Okay, and so what I want to do is, so remember, this is Carissa's browser. She can ask the question. So she gets in and she can just simply tap join the queue, and as soon as she taps join the queue, on the tab right here, you can see that this is Carissa and she comes from IWW company, but you don't know nothing else. Okay, so however, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna release the queue, so this is back to my main menu. And what we do is we encourage the people before they want to get into audio mic line, tell us in few words, what is this question about? Okay, so again, this question is just for you, the moderator, to know which audio question to field, to ask. Okay, so this question is about, this is about VW bus. What else? Okay, so she's really crazy about VW bus. Now when she joins the queue, what you notice is that at this point, you not only know who she is, you know her company name, but also you know who is what is the question about. Okay, so because you enabled the question, she's automatically put into the asking queue. Okay, so then the projected screen looks like this. Let me maximize it. So the projected screen, it has the picture of the person, her name, and what company they are from. Now, when she's speaking, so let me just resize this again so you can see her phone. When she's speaking, all she has to do is tap, hold, and when speak. And I'm not sure if you can hear the echo, but if you can hear the echo, that means we have audio connection because I have other set of speakers that are connected to this laptop. Okay. When she's done speaking, she can click release, and that's how she'll get out of the line. Or you, as a moderator, you can mute her yourself. So the moderator can mute her. So right now she cannot speak. Or you can resume their mic. So now she can just hold and speak again. Hello, hello, hello. And then you see a little feedback because everything is so close here. So I make this demo. And then if you don't want her anymore, or if she's done, you just hit this button and then she gets kicked out. Okay, let me just show you, before we kick out Carissa from the asking queue, let me show you a second person who logs in. All right, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in using my iPhone. You saw my iPhone login before in the beginning of this demo. Now, what I'll do is also you need to know that most everything can be done just without downloading an application. Okay, so through your Firefox, through Chrome, through Safari browsers. However, iOS, which is iPhones, they're really strict with how they allow people like us, developers, access the hardware pieces of the iPhone, like the microphone. So they require us to write an application right away for the mic line. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the application, and you can download this app from inside of the browser, so it's no problem at all. I just want to speed up the process here to show you in a demo. And then you notice that the ID for this event is 68KU. So in this app, you simply enter that ID 68KU and hit join event. And so at this point, you will see on my screen is what's your name. Okay, so my name is this. Okay, and then what's the organization you're from? Of course, I'm from Acme. You can add the photo right here. I will take a photo library, and then okay, and then when you're ready, you pick your picture, or you can take a picture of yourself at this point. Tap to log in. Okay, and now I am logged in. And when you notice, if you go back to your dashboard, you'll see that your mic is enabled, your comments are enabled, your survey is still running. So that's why you see those three tabs right here. So here's your comments, here's your survey, and then the voting is not enabled because it's not added right now. Okay, so let's go back to the mic line. So in the mic line, I want to get in the mic queue. Okay, but my question is about, I like Ford Mustang. So my question is about, Ford Mustangs. Okay, and if I hit tab join the queue, what you'll notice on the right side on your dashboard is you will notice that the next guy joined. Okay, this is his name, he's the company. His question is about Ford Mustangs. Okay, so I can also have a third person join in, which let me quickly join here, and I will just pause. Okay, I just simulated a third person. His name will make him Jim Jacob. He's from Smith Inc. And you know what? Let's not give Jim a picture so you see how it looks like if somebody does not add a picture. And then so what they would do is they will not see this here because this is a browser again, another browser. But let's say his question is about Chevy trucks question. Okay, watch what happens here on the right side. This is your mic line. So if he joins here and taps join the queue, what happens here is he shows right away on this queue. All right. And so you as the moderator, you can see, oh, now I have this person, she's in the queue, and I have two people waiting, okay? But maybe I don't want to hear about Mustangs. Maybe first I want to hear about Chevy trucks, okay? So then what you could do is you can bump this person down below. You can move this person above him somehow. See, I just moved, reorganized the order of the lines so that when Carissa is done, Jim Jacobs comes in. Okay, so let's do that. We would thank Carissa. So this is Carissa's mic. Okay, she's still on, still connected with the audio. When she's done speaking, so this is how people see us on the screen. Okay, so we say, okay, thank you, Carissa, for your comments. Next person is Jim Jacobs from Smith Inc. As soon as we do that, what's going to happen is, notice that on the right here on the main screen, Jim Jacobs' name is in, his company is in, but his picture is not there. So we just put this little icon here. And then when Jim speaks, same thing. He pushes his phone, tap to speak, and you can probably hear the echo. You heard the echo behind me because we're still live connected. Then Jim speaks. After Jim is done, he can release his cue. When he releases his cue or you kick him out, the next guy is in. So here's our formatting question. And that's him right there. All right. So now it's he's speaking. And then when that is his turn, let's see where he is in line. I believe that's the phone. Yeah, that's the phone. Okay, so yeah, right here. So this is this guy's phone ready to ask questions. Then push a button. Hold on a second. Okay, you push a button and tap and speak, and you can hear him in the microphone. All right, you probably hear the echo because we are all live. All right, so that's the demo of the microphone. When he's done, you can kick him out, or he can also release his cue himself. And then we are done showing the main kind of interface demo. Okay, so then the guy who's currently speaking is the leader of the conference and so far. Right, so let me show you another thing. There's some of minor tweaks and setups that you can do for a demo. I'm sorry, for an event. So here is a car demo event. If you go to edit settings, in the event available options, you go to show the advanced options. You can specify how much data you collect. Okay, so for example, I'm gonna log out of here. So if I want for the audience people, so on the left side you see the audience phone still. Okay, so this is how the audience sees before they join the event. Right now we are only asking for name and the company. If I want just the name, I disable the company and I'll hit save. And then what happens, people only enter the name, and they can add the photo if they want to, or they can hit nickname. So that way they're anonymous. Okay, so if you want to collect the data, which that could be really powerful for lead generation, if you really want to know who people are in your event. So you just enable all of these, and then you hit save. Then you have all of these on the event screen for people to log in. Okay, so you go here, you go your company, you go your emails, you have the email addresses. Let me just make it so it's at least and resemblance, and then you have the phone number, right? Okay, accept terms, because we at this point collect their data information. It can add a picture, or you don't have to add a picture. Okay, tap to log in. And now we have that information. So where does it come in handy? Well, it comes in handy if you want to download that data to your CRM. How you do it? You go back here, you go to your advanced options, and then you have download data. So you have to change the plan to higher run. Please contact us. Okay, so this demo account uses lower plan, but if you have a higher plan, you can have that data downloaded. So it's basically we ask people to upgrade if they want. Okay, so let me just show you how that is upgraded. We just upgraded the plan, and let me show you how the data collection works. So you can download the collected data, and as soon as it downloads, we want it to open in Excel. So it's downloading. As soon as it downloads, you can open up in your Excel, and so this is how the data will look like. So what this shows you, it shows you all the people that connected to this event. All right, so remember in the beginning we had this guy, Carissa, this guy, Jim Jacobs, and then when we enabled email and phone numbers, now you can see email and phone numbers. So it could be a very, very powerful tool for lead generation and for importing into your CRM. We're also working in the future for integration into CRM so that you don't have to do download data, you can directly send it to your CRM. There's another very interesting feature that I want to show you, and we've used that quite a bit. Let me log out of this cell phone. So I'm going to log out, okay? And this feature is basically if you, depending on what you have going during the event, okay? Let's say you can send the audience on the phone, which is on this area right here, to a specific tab directly as soon as they log in. So right now the default is when they log in, okay, they go to the mic line because that's ask a question mic line right here. But let's say I want to send them to a text to the second tab. Okay, so I just change the second tab and I'll save it. Then let me log out and I'm gonna join this event once again. And then what will happen is you log in and then you go directly to the text area. Okay, so upon login, go to the text area. So after I logged in, you see we bypassed this first tab, we went directly to the text area right here. They still can go to the mic line if they want to, but for ease and speed, we did it that way. You can also send them directly to the survey or the voting tab, which depending on, again, what you're doing, tap to speak for what kind of engagement you have. Okay, we didn't talk about sponsorships yet. So we are also are able to show sponsorship. So this area right here on the event screen is reserved for showing sponsorship. So if you remember this picture right here, the sponsors right here. So the sponsor of this event, they had like 20 sponsors, and this particular one was actual tap to speak. And so we rotate the banners. So if you have more than one sponsor, we rotate those banners really nicely. And so let me just show you how to do that. So to add a sponsor, you can go to your sponsors on the main menu and add a sponsor. Okay, and so what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to add a sponsor. We call it, you know, Ford Mustang. And again, I love Ford Mustangs, and I just prepared a Ford Mustang logo. And then let me get another one because you can do it for, you can have separate logos for either mobile, which will show right here on the audience phones, or the event screen. So if you have a different logos, bigger or different, you can totally change that. You can also show text. Okay, if you want to do Ford Mustang, if you don't have a logo on the mobile. And then you can also send them to a website. And let's see, so where do we go? Let's say I'll take this website. Okay, and let's say if I'm ready, I'll save it. Okay, so now I have one sponsor. Let's just add another sponsor. Let's just call it just IWW. And IWW, by the way, is my digital agency company that I own and operate for the last uh, 8 years. Okay, let me see if I have a logo there somewhere. If not, left to lead. Nah, I don't have it here, but okay, so you notice we added three sponsors uh, to our master sponsor database, and you do it per account. Okay, so this account user of Tap to Speak can have as many sponsors as they want to, right? So we added three, Mustang, IWW, and Bob Higa. Okay, so how does it look like during the event? You'll go back to your event, and I'll go back to our car demo event. And so at this moment, there are no sponsorships. Okay, you see this popping in and out. It works like designed. Again, if that's annoying or if it's not necessary, not needed, we can shut it off per configuration. Okay, so on this event and on the mobile phone, we want to display sponsorships. So the way you do it is you go to your settings of your event, you scroll down towards the sponsorships, and then enable which sponsorships you want to show on the event. Again, if you don't want to show any, you just hide it. Okay, if you want it, keep it. The more sponsorships can be added again in this section right here. So this is good. We're satisfied. Let's save it. Okay, so then the way how this will look here on the projection screen, it will take a moment for the code to sync up. It's usually very fast, very fast. Okay, and so let me maximize the screen. All right, so you notice that now we have sponsorship. So we have a Mustang sponsorship, and then in a few seconds, I think it's 10 seconds or so, we will rotate it to the next logo that is sponsorship. There you go, next logo sponsorship, and it will just keep rotating. If you have 20 sponsors, that will keep rotating, slowly through this. Okay, you'll notice that we're only showing two sponsorships here. Okay, because our third sponsor did not have an image. It was just a text um, sponsorship, and I'll show you how that looks. So that's how sponsorships will appear on the event screen. On the mobile phone, the way how sponsorships appear are as follows. Okay, so when they log in, when the audience logs into their mobile phones, they will see sponsorships right here. So you have Bob Higa Magic. So that's the sponsor that did not have the he did not have an image. Okay, so he will show up right here. Okay, now you just wait a little bit and you notice that the next one shows up. So you have a Mustang sponsorship here, and then it will show you the name of the Mustang sponsorship or whatever, and then you have the digital agency. Okay, so now because we are on a mobile device, on the phone, right, I can click on these sponsors and go to their website right on my mobile. Okay, so for the event planners, it will give a huge advantage. So let's show you. So I click on that Mustang and I am bam on the Mustang website. Okay, so for the event organizers, it's very powerful because you can get revenue from using Tap to Speak. So Tap to Speak actually can generate revenue for the events that we try to sell Tap to Speak for. Okay, so it's just a vehicle for revenue. That's how it is. So now let's say we want to shut some sponsorships off. You just go back here, you shut the sponsorship off, and then the sponsorship right now will be hidden. They're not no longer there. Okay. There are some other features that we can probably talk about. See what the sponsorships are gone. we can talk about, but that's probably the 99% of the system. And again, I know this is already a long demo, but I wanted to give it as detailed as possible, because the more you know, hopefully the better the conversation will be. I'd be happy to answer any questions you would like, so we can set up a call and let me know how we can take it forward. Again, we're super excited about it. Tap to Speak. We are also prepared to be global. Um, you notice right now we have two languages that we support, but we can actually support pretty much any kind of language you want, including the Chinese and so forth. Matter of fact, we have plans to hopefully reach out to China in the near future. To change the language, you just hit this globe. We have Polish and English. We actually also have French, but we did some updates on the website and we didn't have enough time to translate French fully. So about 80% of French is translated, but bam, that's it. You change the language and there you have it. Now it's in Polish. So if you want to go back to English, super easy, back to English. But we can have Spanish, we can have German, we can have, as I said, French, anything. Easy, very, very easy to do. All we need is we need a translation, just a translation file.